Hey everybody, I'm Ezzy and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So I am doing a speed furnish today. This is a bit of a bonus video. It's kind of wedged between two of my Lunar Zodiac Challenge episodes. I don't normally upload on a Thursday at all, but I wanted to get this uploaded because in our next episode, we're living in this house. So I figured this was unfortunately the best way to sort of introduce the new house and everything, because I didn't want to put this like just in the middle of or in the beginning or at the end of an actual episode, since those run anywhere between 20 and 35 minutes long anyways. This would just be longer, so yeah, it's its own video, just thought it would be easier. So the speed furnish is not like some of the other speed furnishings I've done, because this is not going to be a complete house furnish. All I've done is, well, I downloaded the shell of this house, as you can see, and I'll have all the info linked down below, like if you want to go and get this house yourself. This is by one of my absolute favorite builders. Her name is Jenbar, and she created my favorite world save of all time. It is the Maristella world save, and of all the houses in that save, this house is my absolute favorite. And I think it's because, well, it's a two-story, it's got a basement. Instead of having, a second story, it has a basement instead. And I think that's what I love most about this place, is that and the layout of it is really great. And I suck at doing layouts. If you saw my last house, regardless of all of like the really awesome comments that I got going, oh no, you know how to build. I was like, no, not really. Like this is way better. And it is a smaller lot. So I am on the biggest lot I'm not on the biggest lot. I don't know. I'm on some lot in Brindleton Bay anyways. And so this house is actually made for a lot that's small. I think I'm on like a 40 by 30 or something, or a 40 by 20 or something like that. I cannot actually remember, but this house is made for a smaller lot. So I've got like huge yard space and everything, which actually is going to work out in my favor because I'm going to get a pool. But that's what we're going to save up for anyways. We're going to save up for a pool going forward. Plus the garden is probably going to get a little bit bigger, and I don't know if I'll change it necessarily. I'm getting way ahead of myself because my brain's all over the place. The last time I recorded, I'm doing this voiceover about 3 or 4 weeks after I've actually recorded this video. So I really have no idea what was going through my head at the time of doing this. And so I have to sort of talk as I'm watching it. It's very intimidating, honestly, and I'm a little bit stressed. It's a dumb thing to get stressed over, I know. Whatever, welcome to my brain. So this is Phoebe's room. We're buying a new bed because I forgot to bring over her bed actually from the old house. Almost all the other furniture that we have, well, in fact, no, I was going to say all the furniture, but no, almost all the other furniture that I have for this house came from the old house, but I did end up buying some stuff, which you'll see. So I actually love this bedroom because of the window, like where I've got Phoebe's bed right now. Phoebe is she's basically the main character of of the challenge. And if you're interested in this challenge at all, I'll have all of the challenge rules and everything linked below. So the kitchen, like the everything that we got in the kitchen came obviously from the old place, but I'm changing it up. So kitchens are hard for me. Kitchens and dining rooms, especially when it's such a large space like this is. Like I try to, you'll see in a second, I've got the computer desk and everything, and then I try and put a lounge room in here, and it doesn't work. I mean, it probably does, but I'm not clever enough to sort of figure it out. So just bear with me while I'm trying to get everything sorted. And I chop and change rooms, and I don't actually stay with the one room for any length of time as I'm trying to do this, just because I don't know. I just don't work that way. Like I'm constantly just jumping around from different rooms and, trying to get things going and working, and like I do now, right? So as I look and see what I've got, and then, what I don't have and what I need and all of that. So there are some things that I didn't bother bringing over, like the bathroom stuff. I do change downstairs a lot, actually, or a little bit. I add a room and then I change out a room, because this house has to house 8 people? I think it's 8 people by the time everybody moves in. And so some of them are kids, some of them are teens, some of them are adults and young adults. So, no adult, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, so I need to be able to make it so that everyone in the house can live here. And I am going to change this going forward. This is not going to stay the same. It's not going to stay the way that I end up laying it out fully, because so much has to change. Because we have Brianna, if you are not familiar with her. See, this is one of the rooms that I really try hard to make work for 4 girls, and it just doesn't work. I'm just out of space. And that's where I actually have the brilliant idea to come downstairs and make a separate room. So Brianna's room is at the end on the right. She is our firstborn child, and she has 2 kids of her own. And so she is the one that I need to get out of the house. Like we're working really hard on getting her out of the house so that she can take her kids and leave. So the downstairs area ends up being where the TV goes, and there's like a small gym and, 2 additional bedrooms downstairs. Upstairs, I pretty much just keep to the dining room and the the study area. But like I said, I really don't, it just seems really bizarre to me to try and squish in a lounge room and a dining room in this space. And I know it can be done because I know Lil Simsy does stuff like this all the time, and her houses look absolutely amazing. But for whatever reason, I do this and it looks ridiculous. So I end up deleting it and change it and everything. Like you can see I've changed the counters and they get changed again. They don't stay this green color. And it was the floor, really, it was the floor that was throwing me off. Like I love this floor, this terracotta style flooring. I absolutely do love it, but it just didn't go with the aesthetic that I was trying to make in this room. So I do end up changing all of the kitchen counters and everything. I can't remember if I keep the microwave. Maybe I do. I don't know. We got it for Christmas, I think. It was Christmas or a birthday or something. I don't remember. Same with the fridge. Actually, that was, I think, a Christmas present. In our first Winterfest, we got a fridge for Christmas, which was awesome. So upstairs, yeah, I'm basically trying to make the house look as lived in as possible, even though it actually is what is essentially a starter home, because we're starting again and it's very sparsely furnished. So I don't really have a whole lot to work with, and I don't want to spend a lot of money because we don't really have a lot of money yet. So what I end up doing, I think this room is, I think this is Bianca and Bowie's room, actually. And so Bowie is the one with the purple space. She's on the right, the purple space bedding, she's on the right anyway, because that just reflects her personality. She's got a very big personality. She's a very colorful personality, and she wants to be an actress. So she has had that bedding actually ever since she was a really little girl. It was purple's her favorite color. So we decided to stay with the color scheme for her bed. I didn't really want to change it. And I wanted to clutter it up and make it as girly as possible, like that would fit both of the girls, even though they're kind of a little bit different. They don't really share the same kind of aesthetic. They don't really share the same style. So Bianca and Bowie are twins, actually, if you are unaware of that. And so Bianca's whole goal in life as part of the challenge is for her to get married and have 2 children. So she's quite girly. This not really the same as Bowie. Bowie is girly, but more like punk, more eclectic, more like glamorous, and she's dramatic, and she just loves being out there. She's like I said, she wants to be an actress. So she is just her own person, and she's just oozing self-confidence. I don't even know if I'm explaining that correctly, but anyway, so her half of the room kind of reflects that, So the lounge room, or sorry, not the lounge room, the dining room area, I was really excited to use this round table. I don't normally use this round table because I don't usually have families large enough to warrant using it. And because it's such a big table too, like I'm always a little bit intimidated by don't ask me why, it's how my brain works. I am a little bit intimidated by using this table just because it takes up so much space, and I feel like I'm always losing real estate in my homes, but I also like to have big homes where people can walk around and it doesn't feel cluttered and it doesn't feel like you're claustrophobic, if that makes sense. So here's where I'm trying to find a different flooring because the terracotta just wasn't working. And you can see like the wood actually makes the room look that much better. So I'm trying to sort of just figure out where I'm going to have everything going, because the rooms are, they're a good size, they're a really good size, but I do end up having to change some of them around. So at the moment, this bedroom here is going to be Zoe and Zanaya's. They are not twins, actually. Zanaya is the youngest born of Phoebe, and Zoe is the third born. So she and her sister are going to be sharing a room downstairs because there's not enough room upstairs. But once Bianca leaves the house with her kids, she's got twins. When she leaves with her twins, then Zoe and Zanaya can move upstairs. I may end up giving them separate rooms. I'm unsure at this point. They don't really need to have separate rooms, if I'm honest. Because the whole point of this challenge is to birth 12 female witches. So as we move forward and we have more kids, they're all probably going to be sharing this, rooms anyway. So there's probably not going to be much cause to separate them and give them their own rooms. It's just not going to be practical going for, especially, although I should not have any more twins since taking the twin lot trait off the lot. I shouldn't have any more. So maybe they can have their own rooms. Guess we'll see. So yeah, there's no like real, I guess, aesthetic for the rooms. I'm pretty much just trying to clutter them up and get them as girly as possible, I suppose. Zoe is on the right. She sleeps on the white bed, and she is a style influencer. That's her career. So she is actually very fashion forward. She's very fashionable, Sam. She's all about clothing. She is very, very big on her Simstagram and taking selfies and taking photos and just being out in social media. And so, you know, she really doesn't like the idea of having to share a room, if I'm honest, especially when she has to share a room with somebody so much younger than hers, and I is quite a bit younger than her. So actually we may end up giving her her own room, and she will probably end up getting a vlogging station or a blogging station, whatever the hell that thing is, just for part of her career as well and getting herself out there. So she's all about being in the limelight, you know, promoting her brand, which is herself. And so, yeah, she will probably actually end up with her own room now that I think about it. So rugs, okay, rugs freak me out for some reason. I don't know why. I can't ever get a rug that looks, in my opinion, that looks good. Like, it looks bizarre to me to be sitting in the middle of the room the way it is. And I do change it in a minute. Actually, I end up shortening the room just because I realize that this is too long and I don't want 3 girls in one room. So that, and as you can see, I'm moving it all out right now, and I'm about to, you know, squish the room down a little bit because it's just too long. It's just too big and it doesn't need to be that large. So at the moment we've got the little computer in there. I originally had that in there so the girls could go do their homework on it, or, you know, they could do some study sessions or something like that. And then I end up putting in fact, I don't know if it's in this video or not, but Zoe ends up getting that style influencer board, and that actually goes on the wall above her bed. So I want to have the computer there just so that, you know, she can go and do some blogging if she wants to, or, you know, go and do things on social media, or, you know, I mean, stuff like that, right? That's going to be her job. So she needs to have a computer in her room that she can access pretty freely and whenever she needs to. I end up changing the flooring to carpeting just because I think that actually looks better. And then I struggle a little bit trying to find personal little carpets. You know, I don't know, like, it's difficult for me to do this. Sometimes furnishing a house is super easy, sometimes it's not. This is where we are creating the second bedroom downstairs. So this first one, as you can just see, I've shortened up that room. So this one that I'm trying to create now will be for Brianna's twins. God, what are their names? Sarah and Savannah. Oh my God, there's so many girls in this house. It's so hard for me to keep track. Honestly, it really is. So I don't really do too much for their bedroom. Actually, their comfort is pretty much inconsequential. And I know how terrible that sounds, but they're on the way out. They're going to be moving out with their mum like super soon. So I don't really want to spend too much time in their room, and they don't really need like a whole lot of aesthetics going on there. And then we just have a tiny little area for the punching bag. And that's really about it for now. I'm going to do a proper, like, when I get money saved up, we're going to redo the house and refurnish it and just make it ours and make it look amazing. So anyway, you guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me your comments down below and I'll chat with you all later. Bye, everybody.